Hello everyone and welcome to Forever Biz Team Sizzle again. Today is 12th of May, Friday. Happy Friday everyone. And today's topics are, we're going to go through April recognitions. We'll discuss contact marketing. This is our continuation of the topic of working with Who Do You Know list. Obviously, at the center of our business, there is a who do you know list, and then every skill that goes with our profession goes around that who do you know list. So then we'll go into questions and answers. It's going to be your time to talk, and then we'll discuss the upcoming events. So April recognitions. I wanted to recognize a couple of girls, Jana Massey, who had a volume increase compared to March. Congratulations. And Jana, again, she has a new recruit in Russia. So congratulations. Tatiana Neville, she had actually managed to and had I guess, the bravery for making her first presentation of the business plan to one of her prospects. So, yeah, congratulations. This is excellent. I think everything that the girls have been doing so far is incredible. And, you know, compared to last month, this month is going even better. Last month we went to Dubai and there was a lot of different very interesting learning opportunities and new steps that I saw there. So we're continuing charging forward. That's great. So I also wanted to welcome new team members. We have Anna Zielinski, who is from Canada. Welcome, Anna. We have Sarah Franklin from Wisconsin, Svetlana Bulatova from Wisconsin, Erica Lang from Wisconsin, and Elena May from Florida. Congratulations. So let's begin our topic. And once again, I wanted to start with Forever Business Cycle because this is the business cycle is at the core of our business. And at the center of this business cycle is your reason why you're doing this. Without that reason why, I guess you probably won't be successful. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So you really need to spend a few minutes with the first few pages of the First Steps to Manager book. This picture was taken from the First Steps to Manager book. That book is actually included into your Start Your Journey kit. So there's no need to order that separately unless you are ordering something else. So if you ordered your Start Your Journey kit, it should be inside the kit. So please spend the first few minutes with your first few pages of the book, just defining your goals, because if you have a solid vision, if you have a solid reason why, it's going to help you propel through all the difficulties of learning the new profession, because it is a profession. It is an incredible money-making profession that changed thousands and thousands and millions of people's lives. And we saw those stories, we heard those stories when we were in Dubai. So make sure you have a solid reason why you're doing. Have your goals defined, on paper, and have a clear mind in a solid commitment. So around this why circle, you see four sections, 4 quadrants. So the very first one is who do you know? We talked about it in our last Team Sizzle from 2 weeks ago. And we walked through who do you know list. Who do we put in the list? What do we do with the list? How do we add people to the list, etc., etc. The next step is a contact. You do either phone, email, text messages, or face-to-face contact, and then you show the people that you've contacted from the list, obviously. Some sort of information, either it's DVD or you have a one-on-one conversation with that person. You show them website, or you invite them to a product launch or a business launch. We have 2 types of launches, product launch or business launch. So You decide what you want to do, how you want to progress. You're your own business owner, but this is the very important second step is, first step is obviously the list. Second step is contacting and showing. And third step is after if the person is interested in learning more, you invite them to the business presentation. That is where you actually show them the inside of the house, so to speak. When you contact them, you kind of give them a sneak peek, kind of inside. You kind of let them peek through the window to see how the house looks. The house of forever looks inside, and then when you invite them to the business presentation, this is where they're going to learn the insides and the outs. I mean, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be 3 or 4 hours. They won't be able to learn everything. They won't be able to learn the profession, but they will have enough information of the income opportunity that they will then be able to make a decision either right there and then or later, whether it's for them or not. And then if it's for them, then the next quadrant you see here is action. So you make an appointment with that person, whether it's virtual or physical appointment, and you discuss their goals. You begin planning their business. So that's their very first orientation and planning session and very first training. So obviously, this is a cycle, and so you do this over and over and over again. You over and over and over again add people to your list, new people that you meet, new people that you find, or referrals or whatever, and then you just keep going around the circle. The speed is of the essence here, and the recruiting is essential in our business. You may be able to earn maybe up to $1,000 a month retailing, but if you do not recruit into your business, you will never be able to learn 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month. And that is the ultimate capacity or the kind of a, how do I say that, potential of this business is tens of thousands of dollars a month. Nothing else would give you that unless you are a, Steve Jobs or something, but really large or really huge. So again, the speed is of the essence, and you must focus on both a little bit of retailing, because this is the ropes of the business, and then recruiting. That is the core of the growth for this business. And your business will grow in direct proportion to the speed at which you implement this particular business cycle. To achieve your goals, it is vital that over the first 12 months, you create a momentum by sharing this opportunity with as many people as possible. This will create the energy, the excitement, and success that you desire. So, as usual, we say that part-time is 2 to 5 contacts per day, and we'll go over this in detail a little bit later. And then full-time is 10 or more contacts per day. And we'll define exactly what contacts means and what kind of contacts those are. So, your contact list is the topic of the day. And we obviously this is topic of the last meeting. And obviously, we've already talked about that this is the base of your business. As we know that it's the base of every business. You won't be able to have a business if you don't have a contact list. So let's just revisit what we learned last session. We told you that you need to develop a list of at least 100 or more people around the world because our business is global. That is very, very essential and very important that you realize that this is a global business and you don't need to fly there to talk to others about this business opportunity. So we recommend that you use a memory jogger that's in the book, in the First Steps to Manager book. It's towards the end of the book, so please find the memory jogger page that's going to help you really focus on your list and get all these people into the list. And you empty your head without prejudging, so you don't start thinking, oh, here's Mary. Oh, I don't think Mary's gonna. Mary's driving Mercedes. I don't think Mary wants. You don't know what Mary wants. Mary may be a lawyer who is working 100 hours a week, and she hates her job, but she has bills and expenses to pay. So you really don't know what people are going to think. So our job is not to convert or to convince anyone into the business. Our job is to present the business opportunity and then see if a person is interested. So another very good tip is that use STEAMs. STEAMs stands for sales, teaching, enthusiastic, attitude, money. So these are the kind of people that either people from sales, then people from maybe teaching background is very, very important. Some of those people who are enthusiastic are excellent for our business. Obviously, we're looking for people with good attitude and people who love money. So we're not looking for complainers. We're not looking for negative people. We're not looking for lazy people. We're not looking for people who don't know what they want from life. We are looking for people who want to have an exceptional future and they're willing to work for it. And we have just the system to get them there. Use frogs, friends, relatives, organizations, and geography. That is kind of a great acronym to figure out where do we go to create the list. So friends, some of them are our friends, some of them are our relatives, some of them work with us, and some of them live with us close. So bottom line is leave no stone unturned, and remember that some will, some won't, and so what? And we just go forward. We don't stop. We can't stop when we recruit someone, and we can't stop when we don't recruit someone, because this is a numbers game. It is not about convincing or converting. It is not about reviving your team. It is not about motivating. Well, you do have to have certain level of motivation for your team, but you can't motivate an unmotivatable person. So the motivation needs to come from within, and it always does usually. So remember that some will, some won't. Our job is just to continue with the business cycle. And let go of the outcome. This is super essential. In this business, the delay is typically from 4 to 6 weeks. And so let's say you invited someone to your home presentation, or you had coffee with someone to tell them about this. What you've done is you've planted a seed, and that seed will grow. It now might sprout immediately. A person might jump with both hands or legs or whatever, feet into your business and say, oh my gosh, yes, that's what I was looking for. This is incredible. This is great. I want it. So, but the percentage of those who jump immediately is very small. Those are usually very open-minded people, very driven and very ambitious that jump first. And then the rest of us usually think about it, and we need to kind of process that subconsciously. So you have to let go of the outcome, or it's going to burn you out completely. If you worry about, oh my gosh, why are they not ordering, or why are they not calling me, or why are they not picking up the phone? The thing that to focus on is to focus on the future contacts. And just focus on the numbers. If you focus on the numbers, everything else will fall into place. In fact, it's going to fall into place better because you're going to be disconnected from the results. You're not going to think about, oh my God, what do I do next? You're just going to do it. And if you remove the focus on hiring or recruiting or registering people from this whole process, you're going to sound completely different. You'll sound more confident. You'll sound more irrelevant. So I'm just sharing information with you. I really don't care what you do with it, but I only am looking for people who want to do this. So that is the right attitude. So there is no, really, you can't fail here. So it's just a numbers game. You're really not doing anything bad, but just sharing information with others. So what are the methods of prospecting? Because, obviously there are two streams of income here. There's one stream is the retailing, which we've talked so much about in the previous sessions. And then there's another stream of income that comes from recruiting, and recruiting comes from prospecting. So contact list is the very first step, and then there's so many ways of prospecting. There's Facebook, there's Twitter, other social media. Contact marketing, which we also call people shopping, which we'll go over today, face-to-face conversations, cards and flyers, pop boxes and product launches, local shows and exhibits, referrals, local advertising, satisfied existing customers, groups, clubs, kids clubs, etc., networking clubs, and others. So many. Ray Higdon, which I love Ray Higdon. He has great video that's about half an hour long. It goes over 29 ways of prospecting. He goes over this. And recently I tried one of them, which I'll tell you, but we'll go over that in detail later. Dropping cards, literally dropping them everywhere. So I recently had a person who found my card on the floor, and he called me, and now I have an appointment on Wednesday. So this is absolutely a must. So be creative and leave no stone unturned. So today we'll talk about contact marketing and what it is and what to do about it and how to go step by step about it. So contact marketing is basically people shopping. So what you do is you're meeting people everywhere you go. It's a physical interaction with people. During the contact marketing, you really don't market anything but yourself. That's what I was going to say. So you are not marketing your business. You are not offering your business. You are not talking about your products. You're smiling and you are selling yourself. You're marketing yourself. So for that, you need to be prepared. First of all, you need to have business cards that look professional. You might not necessarily give them a business card, but you got to have them. So we'll go over this a little bit. Small notebook and pen would be really nice because if you are to, were to write something down or hand somebody over a little notebook and a pen to write down their phone number, that is what you need that for. Obviously, you don't want to dig through the purse or dig through your pockets or your briefcase to try to figure out, oh, I don't think I have a pen. You look totally unprepared if you do that. So make sure you have business cards that are professionally looking. It's not something that you printed on paper or copied over. Small notebook and a pen. You need to look nice, smart attire. So the rule of thumb is to never leave your house kind of looking trashy. I mean, I don't want to say that word, but don't leave your house looking like you just woke up, your hair is all messed up. If you leave the house, you may be in sports clothes, you may be in sports pants or a sports hoodie or something, but if it looks clean, if you look clean, if you look made up, if you look fresh, you washed your face, you brushed your hair, you shaved, nicely, carefully trimmed your facial hair, and you look good. You smell good. Your nails look good. That would be the smart attire. So if you look made up, if you look fresh, happy, that would be the look to have. And then have a great attitude. Be smart and excited. So why do we need to do this? Because we're selling ourselves. So we don't just go contact marketing to go contact marketing. We don't do that. We do contact marketing everywhere we go. That is why it's important to have, to look good every time you leave the house, because you don't know who you're going to meet. And then let's say you didn't leave the house looking nice, and all of a sudden you see a person that you haven't seen in 20 years, and you want to reconnect with them, and you're going to feel really shy. You're going to feel embarrassed because you look like you didn't brush your teeth, your hair is all messed up, and you look like you're just painting your living room, it's all dirty. So it's not going to look good. So, save yourself and just take 5-10 minutes before you leave the house to look nice. And another suggestion is buddy up. If you're just now starting it would be really a great advice to buddy up with someone. Maybe it's your child, maybe it's your friend, maybe it's your husband, maybe it's somebody else, but buddy up, and that's going to give you additional support and will make you feel more confident. So where do we do contact marketing? Everywhere, everywhere we go. So it could be town centers, shopping centers, shopping malls, could be mom and toddler groups, could be hospitals and healthcare centers, stations, exhibitions, shows, conferences, etc., etc. Everywhere where there are people, we go contact marketing. It is a skill to learn, and it is very hard. I remember my very first days when my heart was racing. I was gonna just go through the floor, and I am a high extrovert. I am not an introvert. I'm a high extrovert. I have hundreds of people as friends. I never lose a friend. I'm the one that keeps in touch with everyone. I love people, and I was ready to fall through the floor because I just didn't have that skill. And then once I realized I didn't have to sell anything but sell myself, then it started to go really easy because I realized, I don't need to pitch my business. I don't need to give them my business card. I don't need to do anything. I just smile, say hi. I just converse. And all I do is I find something in common with a person and I ask for a phone number in some way, in which we'll go over in a few seconds here. So you are selling yourself, first of all. And then everywhere I went, the lab at the clinic, for instance, to get my full physical, I went there to give my blood, and I prospected the person who was sitting there. And here's how I did it. uh, you know, we just started talking. She remembered my name as I was walking out. I said, wow, you pronounced my name just perfectly. It's just amazing. And this was Saturday morning because, I had to fast from my blood test. And I went there, obviously, without breakfast. I looked like crap. I had no makeup. I just woke up and I went there and on the way out, this very nice woman, happy, was sitting there as a nurse. And so we started talking, and she remembered my name. So I asked, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We should be playing outside, but I'm so sorry that we have to work on Saturdays. And she said, well, yeah. She said something to the point of, yeah, that's what poor people do. And I said, really? I said, why do you think you're poor? Well, because she said, because I'm not happy with my wage. And I said, would you like to make more money? She goes, oh, of course I do, but how do I do that? And I said, well, I might just have an opportunity for you because I own a business. And I exchanged information with her. I got her added to my Facebook account, and I gave her my business card. So there you go. Bingo. That's what you do. That's how you do it. And, we'll go into this a little bit more in detail. So contact marketing obviously could be not just marketing yourself, because you are, just like I gave you an example, I actually gave a message to a person. I didn't just ask for a number. I had to have a reason to ask for a number. And sometimes so it happens that you just click with a person. Like recently we had a health fair at work and I went to check my ears. And I conversed with the person. She really liked me. I really liked her. We just clicked. She gave me her business card. Obviously, she was a vendor there, but she actually mentioned, without me mentioning anything, she said, oh my gosh, I really like you. I can see how I can have a coffee with you. And since she offered, I said, wow, this is great, Carrie. Let me email you my number, because I really didn't have anything with me. I didn't have my card. I didn't have nothing. I took her card and I emailed her my number. So we will have a coffee. So this is where I never pitched anything. I never mentioned anything. I didn't give no message. But technically, there are two different ways we can give a message if we find ourselves in the situation of giving a message. We either directly offer something without disclosing what it is to the person, or we indirectly offer it to somebody who the person might know. So I'll tell you right away that indirect method works the best, but in both ways, the very first step is to compliment a person. So you compliment a person, and then you follow other steps. So indirect method, you might compliment person. You might say, wow, thank you for great service. What a wonderful service you provided to us. Hey, so, you know, you might or might not ask about the family. So maybe if it's a waitress at the restaurant, you might just skip the family and you might say, hey, how long have you worked here? You know, so what do you like to do? You know, you work here, or you might ask, how long have you worked here? She'd say, oh, 3 years. Oh, I bet that's a dream job. You're so good. I bet they pay you $50 an hour. That's exactly the script that I used at one of the restaurants. Oh, I bet they pay you a lot. Because I asked her how many hours she worked, and she told me about 50, 60 hours a week. And I said, oh my gosh, I bet they pay you a lot of money. And she looked at me, she kind of, you know, had a grin on her face. She said, no, no. And I said, wow, really? So why would you want 50 or 60 hours? And she said, well, this is because I need to make more, and I'm only making very little, so I can pay my bills. And then I asked her, well, would you like to make more? Because I am looking for, you know, obviously I complimented her, so I already told her how good she is. She was wiping the tables, she was running around. And I said, wow, you're so good. I can't believe it, how fast you are, and you're so happy. You have great service. And so I already said that before I asked her how long she worked. So you might go into, you know, message right away. You might say, so yeah, wow, you know, you've been, you know, you're so good, but you know, you make it so little. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, I hire people like you. I have a business. I would love to give you more information and see if you're interested. And obviously, you know, it's very good, very smart to say right before it, say, wow, wow, I'm obviously leaving. I'm done with my lunch here, but I need to run. But you know, I hire people like you. I'm looking specifically for people who are so enthusiastic, so great. So, you know, would you mind giving me your phone number? You know, or let's exchange information. I would love to tell you what I do and see if you're interested, what I'm hiring for, and see if you're interested. So that is all. I mean, you're not telling her anything. You're not selling her anything. You're not pitching her anything. You're just asking. You're asking if she's open. So in the indirect approach, you might ask, compliment the person and say, wow, this is great. You know, how long have you worked here? And then instead of actually approaching that person, are you interested? Or, you know, maybe you don't have time. That's kind of a little bit shorter version. You might say, hey, do you know anyone who might be open to or interested in earning some money, some additional income, you know, or would you know someone who might be open to additional income opportunities, or would you know someone who might be interested in earning more money or making more money, or somebody who may be interested in making more money if we showed them step by step how to do it, or if we um, you know, showed them how to do it and it doesn't interfere with their main activity. So there are so many ways of saying this and you know, approaching somebody indirectly, because you're really not asking that person if they're interested. You say, do you know anyone who might be interested? So the person's answer could be, yeah, I am. So all it is exchange of information, and you will ask the contact for the contact information. So you know what? You know, in a lot of times they ask, what is it? So this is the reason why you really need to say, hey, you know what? I gotta run. I'm leaving right now. I'm so sorry. I don't really have time, but your service has been exceptional. It's been wonderful. You know what? I'm looking exactly for people like yourself. Do you know anyone who might be open to additional income opportunities that, you know, I own my own business and I'm hiring for? And you've already told the person you have to run. You know, they know that you can't spend 2 hours explaining to them what you're doing, but it is, you know, you're approaching them in an indirect way. You're asking if they know anyone, and all they can do or you can do is ask for their information, for their contact information, and you get their phone number. You may give them your blank card. We call it a blank card, where there's only name and number and email and Skype, and that's it. There's no additional information. And you see if that person can then connect with you later. So the objective of contact marketing is two-pronged. It's selling yourself to the person, to the contact. You have to be likable. You have to be put together. You have to project confidence. And the second thing is getting their contact information. Okay, so I hope that this was informative. So the question to you, I guess, is how serious are you? We've talked at the beginning that part-time is 2 contacts per day. Semi-part-time is 5 contacts per day. Typically, we say 3 business and then 2 product contacts. And then full-time is 10 contacts per day. 7 business approximately and 2 product. Again, what does that mean? Because when I started the business and I was told I have to make 2 to 5 contacts per day, I was freaking out. I didn't know what contacts was. I didn't know what am I supposed to do. I didn't know what am I supposed to say. Am I supposed to sell the business, pitch the business, or pitch the product, or no. It's contacts. It is like dating more than like harassing people. As you're dating, you're making a contact and you get to know each other. First of all, you don't know if the person is qualified for your business. Maybe it's a lazy person who wants to sit on the couch and eat popcorn and watch TV the whole night. Well, that's probably not a good person for that business. So they're probably not going to be successful. And how are they going to help themselves or anybody else? They can't. So, so you need to find out the person. You need to do the dating thing first to realize if that is the right person. So contacts means contacts. It doesn't mean selling the business or doing anything. So you're making, and so that when you're making new contacts, you're just contacting a person. And then you're progressing that contact through the business cycle or the dating phase. So you're progressing that contact by, maybe asking some personal questions, maybe doing a little bit of a investigation, what kind of person that is. Maybe that's not your type of person. Maybe that person is not interested. Maybe at some point of time, you will actually meet the person, or you go out and Skype with them, or you actually, have a personal conversation with that person, or even a phone call, and maybe then you offer them the business. So the same with products. If you are selling to a person and you're sound salesy, nobody's going to buy. So it is about finding the needs first. So as you are, if you have a list already, obviously you have to reconnect with those people that you have on the list. And how you do it? Very gracefully. You call them, you use the form, family, occupation, recreation, and then you give them a message. So you ask about a person. You become genuine. You ask about the person, how they've been without you. Maybe you haven't contacted them for 5 years. You laugh, you chat, and then when the person asks you what you're doing, what are you up to? You tell them that you started a great business, that you're absolutely excited and thrilled about it, and that it's a health and wellness business. And guess what? The person is going to ask, what is it? And then you can tell them if you have time. If you don't, then you set up a separate appointment with them to discuss and go over that. So anyways, we'll go over this in detail later, but for today's topic's sake, is just focus on 2 contacts per day part-time, and then 5 contacts per day or more if you are full-time. So what we are recommending you is to add 2 new contacts per day to your list. Even if you haven't really started contacting those people yet, you are going to slowly start contacting them, but please continue adding to the list. That is the objective. Everywhere you go, just start practicing. You might not be successful at the beginning. You might feel like you're going to fall through the floor at the beginning, but if you don't try, you will never learn. You will never acquire those skills. It's like riding a bike. If you don't try, you will never succeed. So if you don't continue trying, you will never become proficient. It's like riding a bike again. So then focus on 2 follow-up contacts. Call, do not text. We'll go over the call scripts and what to say and how to say it in our next presentation in 2 weeks, but we have plenty of other presentations that are on Forever Biz page. So if you need any help, contact your sponsor. But we do have a ton of call scripts, but basically it is the form: family, occupation, recreation, and then message. So how do you give that message is obviously a skill too. So, but before you give the message, you have to find out what is the person like? What do they want? Do they have anything that you can help them with? Because we are in the business of help. We're not in the business of harassing or, like literally catching people and, suffocating them with our business. We are in the business of helping people. So if you have a team already, if you do, then another step that we would recommend is 1 to 2 posts into the team group per day. So we highly recommend to have a team group. Facebook is very easy tool to set up the team group with, and just add your people who are on Facebook to the group. If you don't have a Facebook group, please consider emailing. Maybe 1 email per day. If you can't do 1 email per day, gosh, do 1 email every other day or once a week into the group. And what would you send is something that you've learned. Basically, some new video that you watched, some new material to review. It is all about education, and it is all about helping others. Okay, so we're done. So upcoming events. First of all, happy Mother's Day, all the mothers. May 14th, this Sunday, is our Mother's Day. We totally rock, and I'm a huge feminist, so I would like to express my gratitude to all the mothers and congratulate them, especially those who sacrifice themselves to build a solid business in their spare time, sacrificing their TV time, sacrificing their, I don't know, bathtub time, their gym time, like me, just sacrificing for the future of their family and the future of the financial stability. So May 19th, next Friday, Eagle Manager Training in Chicago, supervisors and above. Please check, if you're not in Chicago, please check your local Forever Living hubs. And a lot of the times you can just Google on Facebook, just look on Facebook and just type Forever Living Dallas, Forever Living Los Angeles, Forever Living whatever, I don't know, Miami. Just look, search, and find out who the regional manager is for that state, for that city, for that region. And then contact that regional manager either via email or via the phone and find out from them if there is anything nearby you. These trainings are extremely beneficial, and I highly recommend you network with other more successful people. You find tips and tricks by going there, and so it's very highly recommended to go there. So this Eagle Manager Training is supervisors and above, unfortunately. And then May 21st at my house, we're going to have Forever Beauty event. So whoever's in Wisconsin, please consider coming to my Forever Beauty event. We will have new products. We will learn about cutting edge, that's not spelled right again, cutting edge anti-aging solution. Basically, yes, we are cutting the age off by looking younger. So yeah, cutting age, what the heck? So next Team Sizzle, we're going to have again announcements and recognition. We'll continue talking about how to work with your who do you know list, making the calls. The next Sizzle will be on May 26th, Friday, at 9 p.m. New York time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. California time. So questions and answers is going to be your time to talk, and then we'll talk about the upcoming events and business presentations. So, do you need help? It's your time to talk with customer acquisitions. Any help with customer acquisitions? Any help with monthly orders towards your 4CC? Any help generating repeat customers, following up, staying focused, or recruiting? Please, there is a little hand icon on your either iPad on the webinar, or there is a little hand icon should be on your, if you're on a computer, on your tools, on your instruments here. So if you click on that, we will then give you the microphone.